Good morning, good evening, good night, Web3. This is another edition of NFT Live, a Thursday edition, the last episode of the week. You already know what it is. I'm sitting here with Gift Dead. I'm sitting here with Biggie Poppins. About to have ourselves a great episode covering the Web3 space. Also, our Gobblers, 13.2 ETH floor. So we told you, kind of. What's up, Gift?
Yo, what's good, y'all? Happy to be here. My motorcycle got towed last night in Santa Monica. So if you're ever in Santa Monica, don't try and be clever like me and park your motorcycle on the sidewalk because they don't fuck around. So I'm gonna have to go figure that out here in a little bit. But
You would
until
be a
then,
motorcycle guy.
yeah.
What do
until
you
then, I'm
ride?
happy to be here. Oh, it's just
What
a
do you
Rebel
ride, Giff?
500. It's a Rebel 500. It's my first
Jesus.
bike. I actually just started riding about 3 or 4 years ago. So it's my first bike. Great bike, great city bike for LA, 500 cc's. That's all you really need in the city. So anyway, point
Man, I
is,
bet it helps with traffic.
Yeah, first time I've had it get towed, and I'm gonna have to go figure that out here in a little bit. So that's where I'm at. Hey, that's what it. Yeah, Matt Black. That's my bike.
Sheesh. I just pictured Gift Dead rolling down the highway like he's in Maverick Top Gun.
Take my breath away.
Maverick. Yeah,
Hop on.
Maverick
The
DJ.
fucking aviators.
Yeah.
What up, Biggie?
What's up, brethren? How you doing?
We're
lots
chilling.
to talk
Man.
about today, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Every day, something new.
Truth. Okay, this is what we are going to hit on as I get the episode started here. I got a lot of things to push as we go live, so excuse me, I guess, if we're a little off right at the beginning. But we do have quick hits. I do want to touch on some FIFA NFTs. We had a DeFi exchange. And when I say DeFi exchange, I mean a DeFi transaction by a large bank. So JP Morgan had one of the first largest transactions or by largest brand that we've ever seen in the space. I'll get to that. It's in the Forex sector. Hasbulla NFTs. I will touch on them. Phantom Galaxies as well, friend of the network. They are releasing their first Astrofight event. That's been an event that's going to introduce the token into the game, which we've been waiting for, right? The Astro token, Astrofer token, a part of that ecosystem and earning for actually participating in that ecosystem. Then we got Instagram NFTs and we got MetaMask integration, and we'll see where we go from there. We think we're going to keep it under 2 hours today, boys.
Let's do our best.
Yeah.
Let's
Whatever
try.
it takes.
I mean, it sounds though like you're actually looking a lot better in terms of maybe getting to keep your ape there, Q. So let us know what you think in the chat. Is Q going to be able to keep his ape? Will Art Gobblers remain above a 12 ETH floor?
Just went down.
From now?
It went down
7 days
0.3
from
since
now.
Gift's been talking.
You got 7 days to see if it can maintain a 12 ETH floor, and if so, Q said he's giving up his ape. He's giving it away. So
the real question is no one knows where it's going. We're just saying that I'm giving away my ape, but no one actually knows where it's going.
It. I'm just repeating what you said. I don't know. I'm just holding you accountable, bro.
Okay.
For your own words.
All right, Biggie. I wanted to ask you a question about the spaces that you've been sharing on your Twitter profile, man. What spaces are you joining other than GM Morning Show, of course, that we do all week?
You must be referring to the Ryan Carson Daily Dosers space, which is like right in between. That's why you see me show up a couple of minutes late to the Web3 show. It's great space. Ryan Carson, one of the founders of Moonbirds, I would say responsible for a lot of its success. Prominent VC involved in many projects. I like him. He's a really cool guy. And yeah, I've been there since day one. He's got a very interesting project coming up slated for next year. And basically, he's adopted G Money's strategy of like handing out POAPs during his show, which you can claim. And, as you claim them, by next year, he will reward you. The thing is, as all degens do, many people have started to try to farm them and do all kinds of stuff. So literally today, he implemented this new like protocol thing that somebody like a developer is using, which is really cool. Like it helps prevent it, I think, somewhat. And so we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited about this community that he'll be launching next year.
Is it Rev? Is it called Rev?
Huh?
REVV?
Yeah, the protocol that he's using is called Rev, and it's basically to confirm that you're attending and that you're not just getting, like the keywords and being able to claim the POAP without actually being in the space at the moment, right?
So let us know in the chat. Yeah, should we be giving out POAPs? Because I think we have a connect to Rev as well, and that's what the POAPathon people are using, and so we could be doing POAPs for this show.
I think it's a great way to like reward like your faithful listeners, right? And who knows down the line like what you might want to do with that, right? But it's a great way of like collecting your biggest fans, which is, I think, phenomenal. It's really cool. And just like to end it on the Ryan thing, so you guys don't know, if you guys don't know, like you don't need to FOMO into it. It's like I think it's slated until September next year, so it's like 200 and some days. You have 200 and some chances to get some POAPs. The more you collect, the better it will be for you. But at the end, like, I mean, I don't think he's like determined like a particular number that you have to have in order to participate or be part of the community. I'm a proofer. I'm a moonbirder. I know the guy personally, and so of course I have to partake.
Well, I always like people putting out, good content in the space. We've been having the Art Gobblers discussion, and it's been going back and forth all the time. But the one thing we kind of came to a solution about is like, let's educate and let's proliferate the people that are putting out good educational content. So I linked that in the chat there. Ryan Carson, if you're not familiar, he's hosting shows. We also do our own daily show, Monday through Thursday, the GM Web3 morning show. Gift Dead was hosting that this morning. Gif, how did that go? And then we see you in the chat. We see the OVOTs come through. We'll get to them. But Gifted, how are you doing this morning in the morning show?
I also see Naked Matrix shaming me down here. Like, bro, you parked it on the sidewalk. What are you doing? That's fair. Yeah, show was great today. It's Thursdays, hashtag Thirst Trap Thursdays, last show of the week. Always a good time.
Favorite show.
Yeah, it's always a good time. We like to kick back a little bit more and hang out and shoot the shit, but also still, we're still business in the front. We covered a lot of good stuff. We talked, there's a update from Starbucks Odyssey, obviously the Instagram Meta news, which is huge. Talked about Rolling Stone NFTs. That's a big one. So, as it is right now, and as I predict it will continue to be for a while, it's a lot of big brands, big integrations, big activations, getting a lot of the headlines. And yeah, somebody here is Dekenza's pointing out friendship bracelet volume. Drop a link or let us know.
Oh, I can tell you about that.
Well, because we've been talking about the Art Blocks friendship bracelets, but like I haven't seen the volume or whatever, so I'm curious.
One day we will the link drop here in chat, but no one besides the admins and the moderators can drop links in the chat. So if you want to drop a link, please either drop it on Twitter, add us at Web3, or you can be in our Discord as well. Drop that link and we will pull it up on the screen. Go ahead, Biggie.
Yeah,
what you got?
Basically, it's just Art Blocks is a reward for all Art Blocks collectors. It's a collaborative project between Snowfro and one of his friends. And it's all inspired by Donald Judd, which basically said that like all things that we have readily available are beautiful, and that you don't need to like spend a lot of money or use like these like crazy gems and like expensive materials to do something cool. And so basically it's a free claim if you own any Art Blocks project in your wallet. There was a snapshot taking on the 26th, and you're able to claim this for free. Just pay gas. You have until January 23rd to claim, so no need to FOMO into this either. But it's doing really well. It's really cool. It's a generative art project that's basically forms this friendship bracelet. And if you do go to Marfa this November, you will be able to claim the a physical version of it, not the exact one that you mint. If you are not in Marfa, you will also be able to get it just a little bit later. But yeah, it's really dope.
All right, is this an example of a friendship bracelet right here? Am I on the right?
I suppose so. I think it's gonna be made out of like some wires and stuff or everything. I'll make sure to document it for you, fellas, because I am planning to go to Marfa.
Ooh.
I'm all set. Bags are packed. I'm ready.
Ready to go?
When is this Marfa trip? What are you talking about?
I'm leaving. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
It's November 11th to the 13th. It's the weekend of an event, November 11th to the 13th. It's in West Texas. It's like a really cool art town that's been getting some hype for some time now. Primarily because Donald Judd made many of his big installations there back in the day. And then another person named Yvonne Force, who's like a really prominent art, like in the art community in like New York. Like she's the lady that's installed the Prada store in the middle of the desert. It's very famous. I'm sure you've seen it in like Vogue and Rolling Stone magazines and stuff like that. It's like this Prada store in the middle of the fucking desert. Like there's nothing else. You're driving by and then like there's this Prada thing and like this.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Santa Fe thing. But they keep it updated with like the latest stuff. And anyways, it's become like a hub for like people that are very much into like installation art and stuff. And like they do some music festivals as well. But now with art blocks there, it's really getting a lot of attention. They basically inaugurated it last year. This is the second time that it's going to happen. And it's catching a lot of buzz with a lot of people. The word people are using is like early South by Southwest. So last year was like about 130 people. I'm thinking this year it's going to be about 400. And then next year, pandemonium. The cool thing, Gif, though, is that you can't fly directly there. You have to fly to El Paso, Texas or Midland, Texas, and then drive. And because it's such a small town, unless you have a reservation nearby, like in one of the hotels or Airbnbs, which of course more are going to be built up, I'm sure, as a response to the interest. But what's cool is that it can't get swamped, right? Like G Money was talking about Art Basel, right? And it's like, it's obviously been going on for some time, very much like South by Southwest. It's like world renowned now, but a lot of people go there, right? So if you're trying to have a good conversation with some of like your favorite builders or VCs, well, there's going to be a lot of competition. There's going to be a lot of people, and also it's Miami, right? So it's a party town, and this is like completely different. It's a lot more intimate. You're in the middle of the like you can literally walk around that town in 20 minutes. So
you're going, like, do you know how many people in general they expect?
No, but like my guess is like, so Kevin Rose and Derek Edwards were talking about that in their latest Proof podcast. And basically they said last year it was around like 130, 160 people. I know there's a lot of interest from the Proof community. So I have a couple of like proofers that are going as well. We're all driving down there. And so I'm thinking, I'm thinking it's going to be more than double. So I'm thinking somewhere in the 400 to 500 region. I'll let you know. We'll see how it goes, but
definitely capture some content. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but it sounds awesome, dude. Definitely capture some content and report back. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And those, oh, never mind. It's great. Cool.
Well, the Art Blocks Explorations collection, it looks like 1 day volume, about a little bit less than 40 ETH, almost 1,600, over 1,600 owners. Now, I haven't been able to claim mine. I have an Artblocks NFT. Where's the claim page? Because I went to artblocks.io, tried to connect my wallet.
Look for friendships bracelet. If you scroll down, there'll be a like friendship bracelets blog or link there, and you'll just click on it, connect your wallet. It'll look for an Artblocks NFT, and then you can claim two. And you have to be benevolent, Gif. You don't get to hodl them both. You're supposed to give it to a friend.
Yeah. I'm a friend
to Nifty.
I'm a friend without any art blocks. No. It felt like an ecosystem where it was one of those like I'll dive deep one day, and like when you don't dive deep, it feels a little bit overwhelming from like what's going on there. So that's something I haven't done. So the Mr. Joker's in chat, and we want to get to the chat right now. DeKenza's is the original one that said friendship bracelet volume with the emoji head explosion. So thank you for that. Mr. Joker is saying that Prada store is an art installation, not an actual store, correct?
Yeah. That is correct. Yes. Okay. It's just meant to look like a store, and from what I understand, they do try to keep it like up to date to with what Prada's releasing, but you can't actually buy something there, which boggles the mind. I mean, I don't know, but like I would assume there'd be some fucking misfit out there, right? They would try to like go and loot it, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's well locked down or something. And interesting fact, the lady that installed it, Ewan Force, is married to a to Leo Villarreal, which is like a really famous like generative art installment artist. He's the guy that did the lights in the San Francisco Bridge. He's done a couple of installations like in Washington D.C. and New York. Really interesting cat. You should check him out. Like he launched his first generative art drop with art blocks called Cosmic Reefs. It's amazing. And he's from like the region. So his father's originally from Chihuahua. I think he grew up in New York, but he's like from the El Paso area also. So, you know, it's really cool to see. Again, like I'm very big on like local people like trying to like bring more attention IRL to these projects, and so I'm pumped to go and check it out.
I'm not an El Paso native like yourself, but my family is definitely involved in that area, man. And West Texas being involved in the NFT space is like actually unreal to say out loud. Like, you know, you're always thinking of these large cities, obviously, but like West Texas, not the biggest areas in terms of industry, but it's actually sick to see that.
And it's cool, no? Like I think you'll see more of that as time passes, right? Like I there's something to be said. Like I love going to, for example, my favorite city to go to when there's like conventions and stuff like that is LA. I love LA. Like it's like my second home, and it's awesome because there's first of all like so much availability. Like you can hold big conventions, but there's also, you know, restaurants and things to do. Like it lends itself to like a lot of activity. It's fun, but there's something to be said also about like small places where you can actually have like make like connections, right? Like, and
Yep.
that like I what I like about this thing going down in Marfa is that it requires you to do like a 3-hour drive. So it's kind of like it's got like this little Burning Man
It's an
feel, right? Like you have
adventure.
to earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Awesome, man. Well, great information early in the episode here. We are just starting on our adventure here on this episode. So please leave a like, of course, as we always ask. It does help get the episode out. If you're not familiar with what we do here, we've got the Web3 network that you are on right now. We're doing NFT live 4 times a week. We also have other episodes and other creators getting out content as well. Speakeasy is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Take a look for that Twitter post on the Twitter Spaces there. After this episode is live, we will be sharing that on Twitter. What's up, GIF?
Dude, my Artbox Democracy NFT is gone. Like I cannot find it. I was just looking at it like a month ago, and it's
check your
fucking
DGen
gone.
wallets, GIF. Check your DGen
Yeah,
wallets.
I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go be looking for it because I literally just went through the wallet that should be in, and I cannot find it. So that is worrying.
So I fully expect GIF to be like 50-50 on this episode. Like if that happened to me, I'm always like completely in another space to figure out what's happening.
Had a Democracy Artbox
get hacked.
Yeah. Well, it's if I got hacked, like I would have a lot of other things gone. Everything appears to be fine except that is not there. At least as far as I can tell.
Well, that's good. That I mean, it's not good, but it's good that I feel like if you were hacked, everything would be gone for sure. They wouldn't just like be in there for your art blocks. All right, I'm gonna get to the chat really quick as we get set to start with our quick news and quick hits pieces of the episode. Silver Phoenix is in the house. Dekenza's Llama, Mr. Joker, Aerofim, ESP Academy, Naked Matrix, Santino, Cromer, Janaski. Hopefully, I'm hitting everybody. Hash Rhymes and Llama were in early on the episode. So, Mr. Joker is also saying, beauty of the blockchain. It can be found. Maybe you want to check Etherscan there. And see if you can.
I'm gonna be trying to do some forensics over here.
He's gonna be sleuthing the whole episode.
All right, so it's me. Yeah, it's me and Biggie on this one. But all right, let's get started for the first piece of our quick hits. Again, we like to keep these at like 2 to 3 minutes per topic, but sometimes it can go off on a tangent if it's a little bit interesting. Obviously, the World Cup is coming up. I'm going to play this quick video of the FIFA World Cup FIFA Plus collection from Qatar and get y'all's takes after this.
I don't see it.
We'll replay this for y'all. Sit tight. All right, pull up information regarding that drop as well. They have a whole layout and website we can kind of look through. But initial takes on a FIFA collection here as we dive into this quick hit.
That video was awful. It actually made me less excited.
I watched it before you showed it on Web3 Morning. That's why I was so tilted on the morning
people
show.
people in GM Web3. I'm getting some feedback. Crazy feedback here.
Sorry. Yeah.
People on the GM Web3 morning show were like not feeling this. Even just talking about it. We didn't even share the video. Apparently you saw it, but like people were just like, this feels like a cash grab. Fuck this. It's, you know, I don't know. After watching that video though, I'm like less.
What are they? Are they? Did they even show what it's gonna be? Like, is it the players? Is it like something like moments?
So you know, TLDR here. It's pretty much a raffle that you can join. I don't like that they like put some like collection terms in it as well, because pretty much what you're doing is buying like an NFT raffle that could potentially get you. You see here. Essentially like 2 VIP tickets, round trip airfare, a $500 gift card, all this stuff. You're basically buying a raffle. So to the extent that FIFA finds it cool to add NFT technology into a raffle drop, it's cool, but don't package it as like a collectible item, because you guys know you're not going to do shit with it after this World Cup. So I'll pull up more info though, Biggie. Hold on.
Like, can we just agree here? Like, I think, and I'm sorry to say it, but like, I think this is going to be one of the most boring World Cups in the history of the World Cup. I don't care how many billions. Can you guys hear me? Can you listen?
Yeah.
I don't care how many billions they spent like air conditioning those fucking like stadiums, and the fact that like they immediately like came out like, okay, you'll be able to drink and do things and everything, but at your hotel and this. I mean,
wait, what?
I'm a little bit annoyed that we're gonna be watching them. Like, it'll actually be cool if maybe we can like stream some during the show or something and comment on them, but like they're not gonna be at like our regular watch hours and stuff. I don't know. This is just my thoughts on it, but yeah. I'd love to know more about the NFT. I'm in no way interested though whatsoever.
I'd love to get more info, but I'm not buying this whatsoever. All right, so I'm gonna pull a little bit more info so you can see it. They're in like, and Gift had mentioned this on the morning show. They're in like Top Shot-esque packs, essentially. So they're seeing them as collectibles. I'm sure that they don't even really have a picture here of like what you're probably getting, maybe to like have some type of hype reveal. FIFA collects, you're owning great moments, get to be a part of history. I mean, come on, like, yeah, not really bullish on this iteration of NFTs. Gif, you got anything?
I agree with you. I didn't get into Top Shot. I don't find it particularly compelling yet. A lot of it again does feel very cash grabby and like, I don't know. Like, obviously, like sports cards have proven out to be a real thing. So, you know, like there's sports cards that are now worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I think that like there's going to be some version of these sports NFTs that do make sense. I just don't know.
This is actually dope. Hold on, the video component?
Yeah, like these are like moments. I think it's very similar to NBA Top Shot, right?
Yeah, true.
So, you know, this could be valuable. I just don't know. I haven't spent enough time digging in And
Yeah, I'm sure if like you get like the winning goal or something, but like again, like they're already made, right? So it's not gonna be like, it would have been cool if they would have done it, and then like you could claim it like after each game. Like maybe you could choose when you burn your NFT,
Yes.
and then you can claim it, and then maybe you got like the winning goal for that. So you need to hire us, FIFA. This is what happens. We're just giving you free info for nothing.
yeah, and I mean, Quantum Variant making a hot point too. It's like the World Cup is huge. Like it's a really big deal.
Oh yeah,
So
not arguing that.
if these are like the official NFTs for the World Cup, like just on its face, they might potentially have value just because it's such a big event.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like so it's like a video moment from World Cup history, which is like all right, I suppose. You know, I would have liked to have a shot at maybe like minting stuff from this particular World Cup, you know?
Yeah.
But
I wonder if they will have that integration. Yeah.
first
Hey,
iterations,
listen,
I suppose.
after a little bit more knowledge there about the platform, it looks like they have a marketplace that they're at least being bought on. Not sure if it's like secondary, buys and sells, or if it's just primary sales there. They did a little bit more work than initially I thought. I thought it might have just been like a raffle essentially, but it looks like they're integrating moments. Again, not going to buy any, but all right, Biggie, I want to get your take here on this, and we'll get to some of the comments there as well. USA Soccer getting better. I'm stoked that we might have a chance to make it at least to like a quarterfinal. That would be nice. Semis.
These
Pulisic,
are facts.
McKinney.
Facts. I think, and it's been happening for some time now, right? Like, I think, you see it every single World Cup. It just comes back, and they're better and better and better, and it's no surprise there, right? Like, like, so being binational, I'm also Mexican, and like, you just see the different approach and care and respect that is given to these athletes in the different countries, right? Like, I mean, you literally see Mexican athletes out on the street begging for money because the government doesn't fund them. Nobody funds them. And so Mexican soccer, as exciting as it could sometimes be, has a ceiling. And, because unfortunately the government does not support this. Contrast that with the United States, and well, here you have the results, right? Like, it used to be that the United States was really like just there as a, bottom feeder contender. Like, it never really did anything. And then for the past, I don't know, like 4 or 5 World Cups, you just see them get better. I'm excited to see how they do this year. So yeah, these are facts.
Love it, man. Love that insight on Mexican soccer as well.
Yeah, it's sad.
They seem to be.
It's sad.
They seem. I mean, obviously the U.S. and Mexico have like this ongoing kind of rivalry, of course. Like, so we're tied in, but they seem to always be competitive, like pretty strong competitive. But you're right that there might be a ceiling there. So
well, it was like it was the one thing like that Mexico could be competitive on, right? Like versus the United, like that is like diving and shit.
It's
right?
part of their culture. Like,
No
football is such a big part of their culture, but that makes it more shocking and surprising that they don't get any support.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's horrible. Like,
okay, we're going to touch on
during the Olympics and everything. Like, literally, like top world athletes like begging, like looking for ways to raise money on their own. They can't focus on training or anything because of it. But yeah, support your athletes.
Okay, this is NFT Live, obviously, so we're covering Web3 and NFTs. A lot of times that has to do with cryptocurrency and the broader kind of financial pieces of this ecosystem as well. This was a really cool piece of news that kind of went under the radar for, again, a lot of the NFT space because it has more to do with, DeFi and has more to do with just crypto in general. But I'll just read off the quote here. It says, under the first industry pilot, DBS Bank, JP Morgan, and SBI Digital Asset Holdings conducted a foreign exchange, aka Forex, and government bond transactions against liquidity pools comprised of tokenized Singapore government security bonds, Japanese government bonds at Japanese yen, and Singapore dollars. So essentially what happened here, and just kind of reading into this, right? We had multiple governments trading for like both of their foreign assets into liquidity pools, and that's how they were able to be on both sides of that trade. So JP Morgan being involved, this is one of the like more notorious exchanges in DeFi is kind of what I'm getting at. So, Gift, do you have any questions there? You look like you were.
Well, I'm over here trying to do the forensics on my art blocks and also trying to follow along with this.
Still no go, huh? Good.
It's
all right,
like,
I'll go to Big E first.
It's like disappeared. Like the Democracy collection's still there, and like I looked through the activity to see if it sold. If I had like listed it and it sold, I don't see anything in the last several months.
Did you maybe
like,
use it for a giveaway gift and you don't remember?
No, I did not give away an art blocks. It's my only art blocks. I would not have.
Gift, send me. It's on chain, obviously. Can you send me your Ethereum address? I'm not going to pull it up on stream or anything, but I want to join this search.
Blue thing.
Well, it's just gifted.eth, you know. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing over here. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened to it.
Is it Democracies 947?
I don't know. Why is that? Are you already found that one?
No, Dikens is saying, "Is it He literally is asking that question.
Is it? Let's go see. I'm gonna go
because he has it now. You'll have to give it back.
In the chat, dude, pulling up your whole fucking life.
Okay, back into this real quick piece of news again. JP Morgan, basically a live cross.
I'm gonna say this. Great to see because we need it, but I am still waiting on a public apology by Jamie Dimon for shit talking crypto for so long and then jumping right in both feet. So Jamie Dimon, if you're listening to, you owe the world, the crypto space, a public apology. Don't be a chicken. Shit.
Yo, Dikens found one of my fucking DGen wallets that I didn't even forgot I had. It's like
and it was there.
Ledger wallets, yeah. So
shout out to Dikens,
DGen, the fucking sleuth over
you
here.
DGen.
I've got too many wallets. I don't know where shit is, bro. So that's why I haven't been able to mint yet. I just need to go connect my one of my Ledger DGen wallets, apparently. So what's up, Dikens?
Just come on, man. Come on, man. Better wallet hygiene there, Gift.
Bro, you're telling me.
All right, now we found the asset. Let's talk about a little bit again. Last thoughts here on tokenized assets essentially being traded between, two or three countries here. We have foreign exchange essentially, and they're digging into liquidity pools to trade. So like you would see maybe in like a Uniswap. Basically, Japan and Singapore dived in headfirst like it was Uniswap, and they were trading each other's foreign exchange currencies.
Okay, so
I hope there's no shenanigans there, right?
Yeah, break it down one more time. What's happening so I can catch up. So JP Morgan is doing some DeFi shit, doing some DGen shit, is what it sounds like.
JP Morgan and multiple other banks basically are always trading between each other their foreign currencies. Like that's literally a Forex, whole sector of it's called Forex. Yeah, they basically in this instance used what quote unquote would look like a Uniswap pool where somebody input what looks like Singapore dollars and Japanese yen as well as government bonds. It was a
like
pool.
A dry run. It feels like a dry run for something much bigger, right? Like it's like a test.
Like CBDCs.
They're dipping their yes.
This is a forerunner of a CBDC, right? This would be. So essentially the pools were made up of multiple assets that were basically tokenized for bonds and foreign currencies. And they were able to trade that in a decentralized way as opposed to using whatever rails they use in their current system.
Okay.
Yep. Public policy.
So does this make you more bullish on Ripple? Or I don't know, what's the? I mean, obviously, it's cool for us to know that the big banks are
I think
it's bearish on Ripple, right? Because Ripple is trying to do this outside of the liquidity pool system.
And it doesn't mean one can't succeed without the other, right? They're all trying to attack this humongous vector. But more than anything, I think it's a signal of the inevitable that CBDCs are a reality and they're coming in fast. And all of these exchanges and CEOs of these massive banks and funds have done a complete 180 and are obviously embracing this technology. And it's inevitable. All I have to say about that, it's CBDCs will be a reality. but that's why we also need alternatives like algorithmic stable coins that are not managed by anybody else, uh, that are programmatically managed, let's just say,
Haven't we
because there
seen
will be, I think,
algorithmic?
like, I mean, the fear that most people have is that, right? Like when you see PayPal saying we're gonna, cancel you, freeze your accounts, dock your paycheck or whatever because of something you might say that we don't like. Well, that's exactly the system that China has right now, right? Like the social credit score. You do not want to give these governments that power. So you want alternatives. That's all I have to say about it.
All right, folks. This is what we're going to get into our last quick news piece of the day before we make it to Instagram and their NFT and NFT marketplace integration that they're going to be rolling out shortly. Thank you for joining us today on NFT Live. We found Gifted's Art Blocks live on episode. Art Goblin going down as we speak, so it's a great episode.
Your monkey lives.
Yes. All right. Last quick news.
Whoa, it does not yet. let's be clear. That monkey still might be going to somebody else.
True. We don't know who that person is, but we will see. Anyways, it's looking good, I would say, unless some crazy shit comes out next week for the Art Gobblers. Anyways, last quick news piece. Phantom Galaxies is a friend of the network. We have, or at least me personally, and there's a lot of things that they're doing right now, but Astra Fight Rush event is the integration of Astra token into that ecosystem. So really quick, they came out with some event news here, or like the cycle news. So essentially there will be 6 cycles running from this period of time. So basically it's going to start today, and it did on Friday the 4th at 12 a.m. UTC. I believe that's already happened. I think they're 12 hours in front of us. Wednesday, the 9th is when the first cycle is going to close, and you can see there's 5 other cycles past that. Within those cycles, you will be able to earn a certain tokens based on participation on the leaderboard. So we see a leaderboard position. You can earn Astrofer here. And there's a cap of Astrofer per wallet. And then for those people who actually own planets, which I know a ton of people that in the ecosystem in our community as well, you get a multiplier. So whatever you would earn here, you would multiply based on the planets earned. So what we have here is a rollout of, and it took them longer than some of us wanted to. I think they were trying to implement this even before October. But they delayed that a bit. Now we see a rollout or a potential rollout of, I don't want to use the term play to earn, but Web3 gaming, where you're integrating tokens into playing the ecosystem. So you're playing the game. If you're on the top leaderboard, you earn more tokens. We will see if this case study works.
It's definitely a play to earn mechanic. So I don't know why we don't want to call it what it is. Doesn't mean it's not a good one. I mean, the problem was that the games have sucked, and it's been crypto first. You could, try this out, and maybe it's better. If the game's actually fun, that's.
Have you seen highlights of Phantom Galaxies? By the way,
I think I've seen some of it, but like I haven't played it yet. So that's what I'm curious is like if anybody's actually playing it and what you think. Like, is it cool? Should we go demo it? Should we do it? Are you going to do a game night?
I think we'll do a game night on Twitch. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of those on YouTube, but I think we'll be doing them on Twitch a bunch to grow out that side. But yeah, I'll be playing the game, see where I can land on that leaderboard. And, another case study with the Astrofer token, right? What happens to the token? It's sitting like at $3 right now. They introduced this mechanic of, rewarding people with that token. Can they introduce enough utility? So it's all just another kind of, in the word that I keep using, but I think is a great way to explain it, is like, how do we do this correctly? Here's another project out in the open doing it. If it fucking fails miserably, they'll be like, no, I can't do that, and maybe one day we will find the right ingredient and right recipe that makes sense for Web3 gaming specifically. So, Biggie, you got anything?
No, man. It gives me like a Star Atlas type of vibe. I'm not involved with the project, not too familiar with it, but like it seems par of the course, right? Like of the approach that a lot of these intergalactic space kind of like, and there's like some kind of farming usually going on where you need certain elements and stuff. So a token, in my opinion, makes sense. Like, and again, like as Gabe said, let's see how it performs out in the wild. You know, they can always pivot.
It looks cool. What's the primary game mechanic? Like, there's obviously planets. Is it fighting? Like you're a starfighter, or like
I would call it primarily a Starfighter single player game. Where they want to take it is the ability to have more of a MMO experience, right? Where you're able to almost, if you've played World of Warcraft, the characters would be probably the people in the mech suits, and the NFT essentially is the mech suit. You could obviously customize it, and then you have the ability to connect with these people on large star bases. That's how I probably explain Phantom Galaxies, the uninitiated.
I mean, I love Star Fox. So if it's anything like that, man, it can't be that bad.
If it's anything like N64, that's where we're at right now. No, I do love some Star
Bro, that
Fox.
game was fun as shit. Can you barrel roll? That's all I want to know. You got a badass barrel roll you can throw out there? Like, let's go.
If I tell you can barrel roll, will you buy into the game?
I'll give it a shot.
You can, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
All right, folks. That was the quick news segment.
I want to be able to
Go
play
ahead.
with my Xbox controller. So how do we make that?
Why?
happen?
Because you're a Rocket League fanatic?
bro.
Is that
Yes.
you need to be able to play? Okay, I can talk to the devs, see what
Rocket
the devs
League
can do.
for life. What, you want me to be sitting over here typing fucking AWDS, fucking doing that bullshit and like trying to use little arrow keys or some shit? Or using
Just
a
what I
mouse?
do every day on League of Legends. Yes,
Dude, mouses are fucking obnoxious to try and play with. I don't know how PC gamers play with fucking mouse. Like, I mean, League of Legends, like it kind of works. I get that, but like controllers are way better.
I want to get to the comments here before we move on into the main topic. Again, is Instagram NFTs. It looks like Llama saying it's a proper game, one of the few that is actually promising with a good playable demo for single player. Gift Dead Fuds, all the games he's too busy playing Twitter game. Ooh, geez. Okay, Asmodai. So Llama, I don't even read these sometimes before I actually read them out loud. Star Atlas doesn't even have a demo out yet. The gameplay looks dope. ESP Academy saying Star Atlas token lowest I have ever seen. Yeah. Yeah. Tough one there. All right, please leave a like on today's episode. We are getting into the first topic of the day, which is the rollout from Meta on Instagram NFT. 40 minutes into the episode. Creator Week Part 2, Los Angeles. I guess there was a Creator Week for Meta where they introduced an update on digital collectibles. So this is directly from Meta right now. Creators will soon be able to make their own digital collectibles on Instagram and sell them to fans, both on and off. They are utilizing Polygon out the gate. They will, and give me a clap. Give me a clap in the chat. Be adding support for the Solana blockchain here. Dun dun dun. Yeah. And we will see that shortly. So we'll get into the details here, but essentially, again, Instagram getting into the Web3 game. They've been talking about it, so this is essentially like a secondary update. But what are your guys' thoughts right out the gate?
I can't wait for Kim Kardashian's first NFT. I'm gonna buy that shit just because I want to say it. I'm kidding.
It's like a 1 of 10 on the first sex tape. I could do that.
Just gonna break the
okay. If it's that gift, then I'm going for the legendary. No,
that is the legendary.
Yeah.
Ray J collection.
Yeah. No, I mean, bullish on Polygon. It's just impressive, dude. Like, they've been able to wrangle like the biggest unicorns of all into their ecosystem. So very happy about that. As far as Meta, well, I think this whole panel here, we're not exactly the biggest fans, right? Like, I mean, sure, if that's what is required for a normie to get his introduction into NFTs, by all means, get yourself some Kim Kardashian or whatever NFTs. But just know you are landlocked into this extraction.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think in that article it actually says you can move them,
export
out.
Them.
I believe so. Like, read it.
Okay. Even if you can, like, I just
read it.
No, I mean,
I feel
Q. Can you read that part, or I can find it? Well, because we read it in this. I think it's the same article.
So here's my issue with that, right? Like even with Reddit, you could argue it. Although I would feel a lot more comfortable like with Reddit not being the same way that Meta is. Meta like functions 100% based on data. Like that's its oil, right? And even if you are able to export it, right? Like, I mean, that's great for them, right? They're going to be able to track you all the way back to whatever wallet you end up transferring it to and doing stuff. And honestly, I don't want them to have any more than they already have, on me. And so, no, I'm not going to partake in that ecosystem, as tempting as it might be to get that legendary KK NFT. No, not doing it.
Listen, I might go for the legendary. The details here that GIF was mentioning was, I believe, there is an off ramp. So you essentially can create the NFT on the platform. It's via the Polygon blockchain, and then you can actually move the NFT outside of that platform. There's a couple other details in here. They mentioned not taking any fees essentially until 24. So they're going to essentially leave this as a free.
Oh, how benevolent of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Freemium model. We know how that goes.
It won't be free for those that are on mobile, because those on mobile understand that, obviously, again, getting back to the App Store, getting back to the Apple App Store, they're going to take their cut on these NFTs. So that's already a factor. So now in 24, you'll have to do the Apple fee unless something changes in the next 2 years, and the fee on Instagram. So that might be a barrier to entry there for a lot of us, man. Like, hey, if I'm getting 50% cut off the box,
you can always switch to Android, right, and circumvent that fee. Dude, they're awesome.
And what? Never get laid again? Okay.
Seriously. Oh my Lord, dude! No Android fans here, dude.
Dude,
it's far superior.
It's actually a real thing. If you go out on the streets and you just ask random young women, would you date a guy with an Android? It's like, no. Like, it's crazy, but it's
Los Angeles, dude.
It's a real thing, bro. Chicks ain't fucking with the droids. It's a fact.
Well,
man.
I'm married, so I can get away with it.
There you go. Yeah, it's for married folk.
Yeah, for married folk only. Definitely not for the single life.
Digging into a little bit more on these details, now Instagram will have an end-to-end toolkit so creators can make their own NFT collections and sell them to fans and followers. This was brought up again on the Web3 Morning Show, and my instant reaction to the NFTs is it's awesome. It gives again more validity. We're seeing more and more validity added to this technology. What I really want to see on a platform like YouTube, Twitch, even Twitter, but Instagram as well, is like some type of like NFT integration into a subscription model. That's it. Like I would love to have people own NFTs via our YouTube network here, and us get to deliver you extra content, extra utility via those NFTs. What NFTs or what this feature update is essentially a competition with marketplaces like OpenSea and all the other ones, of course. What I really want to see is beyond that. So it's a good first step. We'll get to the next step after that, but I'm looking forward to when NFTs are subscription models in these ecosystems and platforms.
And I would just like to take time real quick to applaud our listeners and, point out that they are Android supporters and not Apple users. Thank you. You know what you're doing. We need to help these other two, understand, see the light. Seriously, if you just use it for like a month.
Shit. I can't see shit. Yep. I'm going to be real.
He's blind as hell.
Blind as fuck over here, bro.
My Lord. Anytime I have to grab my iPad, because I do own an iPad, it's such a pain in the ass. Like the fucking UI is annoying, man. This thing is so intuitive, customizable, beautiful.
Biggie, it's a pain in the ass? What? When one person has an Android in a group chat and the entire group chat is thrown off because of that. Yeah. That's a pain in the ass.
Oh, dude.
Having to stare at green text. Ugh.
Yeah, green slime text.
Oh Lord.
Okay, any thoughts on Polygon here? Like, are you loading up on Polygon when it comes to if you're looking into cryptocurrency tokens, ERC20 tokens, is Polygon, like, for me, it feels top 3 when it comes to like where it is in the market cap, what they're doing from a business development standpoint. I mean, they've done multiple things. We just talked about, man, there was another Polygon project that just went live. Reddit. What the fuck? Like, this is the space, ladies and gentlemen. My mind is fucking fried. Polygon on Reddit as well, or Reddit on Polygon, whichever one you want to look at. Like, they're winning. Polygon blockchain is absolutely winning. Their business development team is fucking doing amazing. Yeah.
I love my Android crew. I'm just looking at the scroll of the chat. Thank you, people. You guys.
Yeah,
rock.
I mean the market cap's just over 8 billion right now, and I feel like that's not doesn't even feel that big if that's where the majority of a lot of the big brand integrations are all going to be transacting in the future.
Now here's a quick. I haven't dove into this a little more, but I have heard some arguments as to why like it might not appreciate as a token as much as people are expecting it to, because of like, I suppose it's like something have to do with like the low transaction costs of the Polygon ecosystem, right? I don't know, something that I want to like check out further, but if the chat is a little more informed, I'd love to hear your opinion.
What was the question, Biggie?
Well, it's not a question. It's just like I've heard some hypotheses that argue that Polygon as a token is not going to appreciate the way most people might expect it to, right? Versus other tokens. And the reason being that transactions are just so inexpensive over there that there's really not going to be a reason for it to pump as much, right? So we'll see.
The narrative being that as Ethereum gets faster, Polygon will be less and less useful.
Yes. And also that, you know, like Polygon is essentially a side chain right now. Like they are working on that. I think it's like the Edge network, which is going to be like their ZK proofs, where they will start like validate, using like adopting like Ethereum's security standard, or like validating on security on the main chain. But at the moment, it's just a side chain, right? And like you have other things like ZK and Optimism coming up real fast behind them. Having said that, I think they definitely take the cake as far as like onboarding all these big corps and usability. I'm bullish for it. I'm not trying to FUD.
It's just
it's also
just
up
something I want to know.
Yeah, it's up 17-20% here in a market that isn't doing that well in both the stock equity side and crypto.
For sure.
The value of a network is based upon the user adoption and the actual use cases and utilities and applications that are on that network, because that's what drives the daily transaction volume. That's what drives the repeat, people coming back to it and using it over and over again, right? And so that's why like I'm so bullish on it, is because a lot of the value of all these big headlines that we've been seeing and all the development that's being happened, like this shit's not even going to come online or be reflected in the actual, on-chain metrics for months or maybe another year or two. But again, once Starbucks, Reddit, all these big brands that are
is Polygon on Starbucks, or Starbucks on Polygon?
I think so. And then I think Instagram, Meta, all of that shit being like, this is the biggest community that's ever existed of artists, creators, brands, etc. All of that transaction volume coming online onto that chain. And then once those assets are created there and people have their wallets there, and they're basically in that ecosystem, like they're going to keep transacting there, right? That's the network effect. So it's just like, come on. Like that's why having a Bored Apes on Ethereum is good for Ethereum, because all of that volume, that community is now it lives on that network, and all of that transacting is going to keep going through the Ethereum network, right? You're on those rails, you're in that country. So it's like all of these big brands and all these big integrations are being built in the country of Polygon. They're going to have to transact in that currency and live in that fucking country. So,
and Mr. Joker's pointing out Disney jumped on the Polygon train as well. So,
whoever's doing BD over there is just an absolute fucking menace.
I don't.
just literally like this isn't being talked about enough. I feel like with Polygon, it's just like again, we're gonna look back when Polygon's up 200, 400% over the next year, and say, what happened here? It's like, well, all of this shit happened in October, November. That Reddit, Starbucks, Instagram, like, why wouldn't it happen?
This shit takes time to execute on, right? These are all just the announcements that we've been seeing. So the development's happening, but like for it to actually like pick up and start scaling and getting the users in, this is going to take some time, but it's all coming. We know where it's going to be. I don't know why people wouldn't be buying Polygon. If I had more liquidity, I'd be buying more. I've already got a bag of it that I'm holding on tightly to. Also, I love that like the most controversial shit
I know,
we can do here is talk about Android and Apple because
we just
lit the fuse on that, huh?
The people are showing us what we should be doing. This should be like an Apple YouTube channel or something like that. Like the people are showing us what they want.
I was the biggest Apple fanboy, and I mean to this day I still own Apple products. My computer's Apple. I do own an iPad and everything, but cell phone wise, I got to give credit to my wife. Like she onboarded me onto that, and it took a month, and I tried going back to Apple, and it just did not compute. It was so annoying. Like the user interface is far superior. Like if you use Android for like 2 weeks and then go back to Apple, you'll puke. It's so bad.
It looks like you're on an Apple phone right now.
Real quick though, on the Disney thing. So Disney is one of the biggest brands, and another one of the biggest consumer brands in the world, one of the most valuable brands in the world. It has more valuable IP than probably any brand in the world. If they're moving into Polygon, like y'all, they launched Disney Plus as a competing streaming service to like later than all the others. The market was already established. Everybody already had multiple streaming services, and people were like, how are they going to compete? Dude, they've got like more revenue and more subs than like almost anybody within a matter of months. Like Disney's fucking huge. Period. That shit's
just another,
That's crazy. Like, again, I think what's the point? What's the point, Q?
The point?
The point is getting back to the fact that like these announcements indicate future value, future utility, future transaction volume, all that shit. We're not going to see it for a little while, but just the fact that these brands are signing up to like build their in this country of Polygon, right? Like,
I'm curious for our listeners and our panel here, like what would be the Disney IP or project that you would be most like pumped about being able to mint from? Be Star Wars and be whatever your favorite.
I say Star Wars,
Star Wars would be up there.
Star Wars probably
for sure. Let's go see.
Like, how about
Marvel's under Disney now?
Like old school Disney IP would be really cool to own. But again, it goes into like this. Do you want it as a collectible? You're not really like, you're likely going to take a loss on it initially. I have a hard time with these IPs, these old IPs jumping in this space because they haven't done it really well. Like I could foresee a hypothetical version where, you know, maybe a year or two from now when the liquidity's there and all this stuff, owning a, I don't know, Lion King IP, NFT. Fantasia NFT would do really well. You know, like you hold it long term, 10 years, you're able to sell it. It just doesn't feel like we live in that world right now. It feels like they're just like launching cash grab collectibles.
You buy it more for like, you would end up buying it more for like sentimental value than actual flipping, right? Like
that's what it feels like.
That's what people would buy it for, right? But I'm sure there's somebody out there be like, dude, I need to get my hands on like Jungle Book NFTs because that's like my shit. Like I grew up on that.
Exactly, but when you're collecting these things in the analog world, you have some idea that maybe one day you could get your money back. You know, like that you potentially like are doing this for a collectible sake, but maybe, you know, in 50 years I could sell this Game Boy Pokemon Red for something, you know, and you can. You know what I mean? But with all these, they feel like when Vive does these DC drops, I'm just like, I'm never seeing my money back there. I'm never getting any, like, if I want to support that project, but
what if it gave you utility, cute. Like, what if you could, like if you got it, you'd be able to enter that like secret speakeasy bar in Disneyland that everybody wants to go into, but you can't.
That would be fucking sick. Hell yeah, do that.
Or like
are they doing that?
Or cut the lines on the ride.
Call me when they're doing that. Oh,
that's good too, right? Like, I don't know. Sure. Like, they definitely need to be thoughtful about it. Please don't follow FIFA's example, because I think that's the result you'll get. Like, nobody's gonna buy your shit.
Yeah. We're getting a mix of Apple and now Polygon talk, some Disney talk. So we're hitting on all the right things today, boys. Marty McFly is asking, what is Disney? So Marty McFly is up to his troll ways here in the chat. Mr. Joker saying, I jump on Lion King.
He's living too far off in the future.
Yeah,
where
but
Disney doesn't exist anymore.
They have the ability to add in a lot of different utility to their NFTs and like gamify them in really unique ways that other people can't, because they've got the Disney worlds, the Disneylands that are also super popular, and other touch points like that. You know, you talk about subscriptions. They could be doing cool things with Disney Plus subscriptions and NFTs, and they've already got that app installed on all the fucking TVs, you know, around, you know, the world basically. So I don't know. It's just like, I agree they might do really cheesy, shitty, sort of just collector stuff that's not that interesting. But if they're smart, they'll figure out how to use their entire ecosystem to provide a lot of different utilities, and make them, you know, gamify them, make them really cool. I also wanted to hit real quick. Somebody, who was it, was shouting out Game of Thrones digits, Game of Thrones NFTs. Yo, first of all, shout out Ash Cooper Kearns. It's the homie. She's apparently the art director. She just got named the art director for the Game of Thrones NFTs. So I was just sitting here. I just texted her to see if she wants to come on the show and talk about it, because I'm a massive Game of Thrones fan, and big fan of Ash Kearns. And
I haven't even heard of this.
I'm stoked. Yeah, that was a headline. It was a news thing. I didn't hit on it in GM Web 3. It literally just got published like today. So it's happening. It's a brand new headline. But yeah, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and yeah, my homie apparently is art directing it. So pretty heckin' cool.
Rest in peace to the original Night King. Really? Not the one that they showed us in season 8. Fuck that guy. But the guy that was menacing for years and years. Shout out to this guy for sure. This was like the last time you saw him actually do. No, destroying the wall was the last cool thing the Night King ever did. And then it was absolute bullshit from then on. So, yeah.
Yo, coming in hot. Ash Kearns just responded, yes, I will come on the show and talk about it. So, art director of Game of Thrones, coming soon.
Hold on, GIF.
Talk about this.
I love that. I love that. Let's get him on. I want to talk about this. The one thing, though, I'm seeing Nifty's in here, which I'm a big fan of. I like Jordan Lyle. Obviously, he's doing Skylab, and definitely love that community and stuff like that. But Nifty's was the one that did a couple of these like large drops. You know, we're always talking about those large 100K drops where it's just like, are you vibing with this? This is likely going to be another 100K, 200K drop.
Look, they're going to do it anyway. All we can do is see how it goes and provide our 2 cents and learn as much as we can about it, right? Like Ash is not part of Nifty. She's part of that other company there, Daz, that was on the right. And she's not the one, you know, yeah, Daz down there. So that's her company. And so she's just the art director. She's not the one who's probably determining supply and
for sure
the logistics. So like, I'm not going to get her on her and be like, what the hell? Why is, you know, no, but we can get to understand the process and learn more about the project and what it's like working on a big IP like this and trying to integrate NFTs into, you know, a famous brand. And that to me is cool and interesting. And, you know, I'm going to be watching it again, just cause I love Game of Thrones, but like, yeah, if it's like a cash grabby giant supply, poor execution or something I don't fuck with, then I'm not going to buy it. We'll see. I don't know. Let's not count them out before it's even started. I think it's.
I'm not counting them out. I think it's
always know contextually that like some of the people behind this have done maybe not great drops in the past. That's good to know.
Starting in late 2022, the program will offer fans a chance to build their collection through avatars, thematic activities, on-site engagement, and additional collectibles, which will be available as assorted packs and come in a variety of types, including equipables, weapons, companions, gear. That's a lot of NFTs.
This is MMORPG shit. That's what that is. That's like they're trying to make a whole game. And I don't know. Could be interesting. It's going to be a really obnoxious though if it's one of those where it's like they're just trying to get you to buy a million different NFTs just for like.
Q, did you buy into any of the NFTs? NFTs. So
the Matrix. I did buy into the Matrix. They gamified it by like changing the Matrix. It was like a Neo NFT or something that looked like a Neo NFT, and if you, I guess like. Ate the blue or red pill. Yeah, you could take the pill and change the NFT.
What'd you do? Did you stay normie? I think you did.
You gotta take the pill. You gotta take the red pill. Come on.
Red pill. Fuck yeah. City boys. Let's go.
All right. Ash deserves celebrating for such an enormous accomplishment just for being involved. Wow. Mr. Joker said, recently jumped down the Daz 3D rabbit hole. Easy saying, I have a Matrix from the first drop, probably not making any profits. Prodigy's in the house. Santino is in the house. Crypto Shegs is saying, hey, fellas, great to be here. Great to have you, Crypto Shegs. And then Llama earlier as well said that he was up at 5 a.m. his time to catch us right now while we were live. So big shout out to Llama for doing that. Thank you, my man.
That's what's up.
Our Vibe, our tribe. The last thing I want to cover here on the poly, I mean, we went off the rails with the Game of Thrones piece. This is the chart you want to see in a bear market. This like kind of steady. Obviously, again, this is like around July. Everything's fucking dumping to shit. But you've seen the steady growth in polygons since then. Even to now, if we go out to 180 days, doing pretty well. So yeah, that's the type of chart you want to see. I would put my, not financial advice. I would put my. If I had any liquidity, I'd be buying these fucking tokens is what I'm trying to tell you. Not financial advice. But I don't have any liquidity because everything is tied up in NFTs. I'm going to go jump off a bridge now. Yeah. Great episode.
No comment.
Anything else? Anything else you guys want to cover today? Anything else y'all want us to cover other than Apple and Android here? I feel like maybe we might need to change the channel. We got just so much activity.
I don't think we did hit on Rolling Stone here. Just know that Rolling Stone is doing a big party in May, and they're going to drop a collaborative NFT project in 35 days. So December 8th, it's a Coinbase drop, and it's a collaboration with 12 different artists in the space, including like Deadfellas, Boss Beauties, Kid 8, some
Where's
other
that party going to be? Where's that party going to be, Gift? Did they say?
It's in LA in May. I don't think they've provided any other specs.
What a surprise, right? I will say, I've been noticing.
Yeah, LA's fucking dope, bro.
Apparently, like, honestly, Gift, like, I think May is going to be like NFT month in LA. Proof of Conference is going to be in May. I know, like, the flowers, the whole, like, Green Street Cannabis and stuff is something doing in May. This is going to be in May. I think it's going to turn into a thing. So I might need to like start like making reservations soon because then all the DJs will take up all the prime real estate. Hashtag Koreatown. That's my favorite place.
K-Town's dope.
Got some Korean barbecue. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. KBBQ is a thing out here. If y'all,
what I love is that it's like the only place where you can like after the curfew still go out and get food and drinks if you know where to go. It's dope. It's really a lot of fun.
That is a weird thing, like when you're used to living in a big city like LA or New York, and then you go to like a smaller town or smaller city, and like everything closes at 9, and you're just like, like what the fuck is going on around here? How do y'all live like this? Yeah.
Sorry, we can't all be cool like you, Gif. Sorry. Biggie, I'll be in El Paso, by the way, in December, man. Definitely have to link up. That'll be a fun time, man.
Oh, you know it, my friend. We shall,
All right, last story I had on docket for today. This is part of quick news, but I barely made it out of there alive. Hasbulla NFTs. Crypto Hasbulla. Have you ever seen this? Hasbulla NFTs.
No.
There's a 0.25 floor on these motherfuckers.
Wow.
Okay, 10,000 NFT drop. Only 2,000 have been released. There's a ton of financial advice in this article here. The first 2,000 NFTs will enjoy special lifetime benefits.
Lifetime? What are these lifetime benefits?
Just you wait. And I'm telling you, a lot of not NFA in this article is hard to come by. Hold on. What utilities? One of the major selling points of crypto Hasbulla is its utility. Some of these include a chance to meet Hasbulla, Hasb token airdrops after the token or the collection is sold out, access to semi-annual real-life events, and a chance to earn passive income by staking NFTs. No, so apparently Hasbulla just doesn't live in obviously he doesn't live in the US, doesn't care about the SEC. Hasbulla sees the SEC and he says,
not in my backyard.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Yo, some of the shit that is getting promoted through these.
Bro, thank you.
No, like some of the shit that's getting promoted on some of these platforms is absurd. So like I almost talked about it today, but I didn't because I didn't want to just like shit on something. But like, can you here? I'm gonna send you this link to you right now.
Is this a part of crypto Hasbulla? Because I'm full in my Hasbulla bag right now. You can't throw me off.
Okay, first of all, Hasbulla is fucking hilarious, and so like I have nothing against him. What I have something against is these ridiculous promises that are being made right now. So I just shared a link, Q. You should pull this one up.
Okay.
Let's go in hard, dude.
Can we turn this in? Can we turn this into like an NFT evening? We love you guys. You guys provide a lot of like daily coverage on the NFT space. If GIF is about to go in on you, that was my next thing for the same platform, NFT evening covering Hasbulla. Please do a little bit better on y'all's coverage. That's all I would say. But what's going on?
Dude, they're taking money to promote fucking.
Okay,
whatever.
got it.
That's what it is, man. So, dude, all right.
That's a scary. Is that Carrot Top?
This came up today.
Yeah.
And I actually like it was so weird and like uncomfortable that I was like, I want to go read how bad this is. All right. So listen, like this, like basically I want to point this out as like this is the worst example of like a metaverse fucking ruggy metaverse sales pitch that I've ever seen in my life. And if you try and read through this, it doesn't make sense. It's just using all the different buzzwords it possibly can without explaining fucking any of it. So the platform focuses on positioning digital copies of real world spaces and items so that users can interact, buy, sell, or trade them for real life experiences. For example, if you're a collector who wanted to purchase a plot of land or construction or an apartment in one of the buildings in Singapore, period. The collector can then log into Metaspace, check out the building and apartment in real time, and then book it according to their interest.
Seems like dope utility. What are you talking about? What are we talking about here?
Suppose the building participates in the Metaspace digital copy program, and there is a digital copy in the database. Suppose all these things happen. In that case, buyers can walk around the apartments and even experience the interiors.
Do you think that they actually wrote this article, or do you think the company behind the project actually wrote this shit?
No, this is like some Russian. This is like some. I'm not talking shit about Russian, but this is some foreign company, not American.
Hasbulla's gonna get you,
dude. And they're basically just throwing all these words like.
We had a similar experience this morning, GIF. That's what's happening right now. Look at this shit.
No, like, this is from real quick. Let me read the quote real quick. Our main goal is to combine all the high technologies and services into a single virtual space. Shops, banks, online cinemas, social networks, delivery services, training, entertainment, competitions, communication, trade. We will combine all this, states the founder, Veronica Varkova. It's like, dude.
And their 4-person team.
All right.
Yes. It's just like, yo.
It's not going to be 4 if they can raise that money, though. Come on now.
Yeah. That's what it takes.
PFPs. These are the ugliest PFPs I've ever fucking heard. So they're trying to sell you them, promising this crazy fucking metaverse that makes no sense.
Okay. Me and GIF had the exact same experience this morning with 2 separate projects. The one thing I will say is the Hasbullas actually look pretty good. Like let's dive deep into the buy.
Dude, these are way
example.
better than those fucking head things. I love these. These are hilarious. I got nothing wrong with these. I mean,
I want to wait. What the fuck?
Is there
bunny
something
Hasbulla.
potentially wrong with promising a bunch of like different staking rewards
Okay.
and tokens? Maybe.
Here we go, Gift. This is where I was saying we were having the same experience. This is the Hasbulla article. Holders will also get access to exclusive merch raffles, premier combat sportsmen, and Hasbulla's upcoming metaverse game.
God. Yeah.
Also a metaverse game. Jesus. Yeah.
Besides, the utilities are divided into different pillars. Put simply, the more Hasbulla NFTs you own, the more benefits.
Of course.
Woo!
Of course. That's how it works. That's how all this works, right?
God. Do better, NFT evening. Come on. We like you guys. We show NFT evening a lot. And
dude,
Yeah.
I think this is nothing compared to what we're gonna see now with like the Instagram NFTs. Oh man. Oh dude. The stuff
And this
that's
is
gonna
why
come out on that platform.
This is why we're here trying to create a network of trusted voices that aren't gonna fucking pump bullshit and like we're gonna shoot it straight with y'all. Like we're here to tell the truth and try and discern like good, what's working and what's not, man. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, help us build out this network so that there are some real people out there speaking truth and not just trying to fucking pump their bags, because that's what a lot of the media that's in the space right now, it's all just pay to play bullshit, man. And they're selling whatever. Doesn't matter if it makes sense. Doesn't matter if it's illegal. Doesn't matter if the SEC, would fuck with it.
Passive income. You cannot
You
use
can't
the
promise
term passive
income, period, bro. Like, I don't know who the fuck
At
thought
least-
that was okay. Like,
Listen, if the utility's hanging out with this guy, that's enough for me. I'm buying a crypto Hasbulla today. I am buying a crypto Hasbulla today. You'll see it on stream. Maybe not on stream, but you'll see it on my Twitter.
Q, what are you waiting for? We got time.
I gotta move some funds around. I gotta do some things.
Bro,
I gotta
go
find
ahead,
the one
go
I
ahead.
want.
Flip your ape.
I'll wait.
Okay, hold on. I will.
Let's get this Hasbulla, bro.
Look. I'm thinking the Grinch Hasbulla is probably good for the holiday season.
Yeah, but then it hits the floor right after Christmas, though, right? You gotta flip it. You gotta buy it now and flip it before Christmas. You gotta buy the rumor, sell the news, bro.
Here's what I'll do. Post, I think past 1.5 ETH. I think that was my ceiling on these. I mean, I'm already looking at a loss here when Hasbulla goes to jail for talking about passive income. So I'm already looking at a loss. If you guys see anything around 1 ETH that you think looks dope, I will go in chat. If you go in chat right now and vote, I will buy one of these crypto Hasbullas because that gets me the chance to meet the guy.
Should we just start promising for likes and subs that we're going to be giving people passive income at some future?
UBI, bro. UBI.
Yeah.
Web3.
Do you want universal basic income for free? Do you want to just have all of your taxes paid off just for nothing? Do you want to have
a blowjob every morning?
Yeah, do you want to
not from one of us?
Hasbulla?
By Hasbulla.
Hey, at least he doesn't have to kneel, right?
You just want to wake up to a warm mouth wrapped around whatever things you've got. Yeah, well, subscribe to Web3 because that's how that works.
There's some really cool details. The Iniesta with the balding spots, like that. There's some cool details in this drop. Some of them are extremely racist.
Wow.
Digit said, "Get the bunny one in remembrance to your bunny BOIC." Alien River said, "No, don't do it." Prodigy says, "Do it, or I'm reporting the channel for financial advice." You guys tell me. I'm looking. So floor right now. Let's go to low to high here. Okay. Also, I have to go to X2Y2 so I don't play any royalties just to piss GIF off. Paying royalties to Hasbulla. These look like shit.
They're kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah. Oh shit! They got the Azuki holding the board Hasbulla. This is pretty interesting, GIF.
I don't know if they don't have a DB though. Did they really make it? I don't know.
The Hellboy one looks like a DB.
NGMI, if they Hellboy does look like a like a DB a little bit, but I don't know if they don't got a DB's Hasbulla. I think NGMI.
Cookie Monster Hasbulla.
Man, if he would just been a little more thoughtful about it, you understand, like he's trying to play on, obviously, it's the heat of the moment of his fame right now. He's a great meme. Like it's like you could, if you'd just been a little more thoughtful, you could have really like done something fun with it, right? Like, or a little bit more useful, and then eventually gone on to do your UBI project or whatever. But like right off the bat, just like give me money. It's bad luck, man. It sucks.
Let's get something right up front and in the open for everybody. Hasbulla has nothing to do with what is happening on the screen in front of you. He had some type of sign off by some dude who said he could make him a little bit of money.
He's getting paid. He's collecting money.
Yes,
so like he signed away his rights and agreed to take the money for it. So he doesn't get off like scot-free, like, right? He's like, he has to
yeah, for sure. No, like honestly, like this is exactly
Hasbulla.
what's gonna be revealed when you see these types of fucking scammy projects like transfer into like every influencer's like idea, right?
They're all gonna say, "Oh, it wasn't me,"
and it'll really reveal like how much you really care about your followers, right? Like it'll really show, like if you're thoughtful about it and if you make something that your followers will be pumped about, maybe consult them and stuff, I think you'll do well. But you'll see a lot of this crap. And I'm glad because it'll show just how much they care about these people, right?
I think
Hasbulla gets a pass because he's a foot tall.
Yeah, but this is I think
people give him a pass.
A good indicator of a lot of what will be happening as Instagram and more influencers get involved is a lot of them aren't going to care or want to be that involved with the actual project. They're just going to sign an agreement with some shop, and the shop, may or may not create something of quality. And then a lot of times you're going to see influencers cashing checks in one hand, and then on the other hand making public apologies like, oh, it wasn't me, it was these people, like they just created crap because I let them. I think there's going to be a lot of that type of like walking back, shitty NFT projects or pretending like that they never existed, even though you took a bunch of money from your community. I don't know.
I'm having too much fun. Man, you guys both have that. Those are both excellent.
Q, we're here until you buy one. Q, you said you were going to buy one, bro. We got to hold this guy accountable. He'll say anything if we don't.
Apparently, I will. Listen, I'll look between the 1 ETH range. I already kind of went down 0.5 there, but I'm looking in the 1 ETH range. If you follow my Twitter, I'll probably have a crypto hot by the end of the week.
What's the floor? Probably. You said you were. I thought we were going to sit here to bought one. What's the floor?
The floor is 0.2. The floor is literally 0.2, but the absolute just trash that is in that range of 0.2 to 0.1 or 1, just bad. What's in here? Maybe Vision. Maybe Vision.
I have a question.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, well, it feels like bullshit. It's another thing that I want to point out that feels like bullshit to me about the space and about OpenSea. So, Friendship Bracelets by Alexis Andre. That's the new Art Blocks collection that we talked about. That collection is already verified on OpenSea. Even though it hasn't hit the 100 ETH floor, it was verified at 0 ETH secondary volume. Like, so basically they're now just like, yeah, well, if you're Art Blocks or if you're people that we like, then we will verify you, and everybody else get fucked.
And what's the amount of the friendship bracelets? It's something insane, no? Like 100,000 or something.
Oh, it's probably going to be a high supply. Yeah, if they're giving them away to all Art Blocks holders.
And then 2 really per holder.
Mr. Joker says Avatar, flip one when Avatar 2 drops, which is probably the smartest thing anyone said on this episode, like the entire time.
Avatar. Let's go look at Avatar then. Let's see. Where are those? Are they on OpenSea or are they on like VV or something?
They're crypto Hasbulla.
Bro.
It's the Hasbulla avatar.
Oh, shit.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yo.
Free
Guys,
advertising for the man.
Fantastic job there, Joker. Absolutely another great episode. This was the last one of the week, folks. Last NFT live of the week. I will purchase something from Crypto Hasbulla, so you'll see something. I don't know if it's gonna look that nice. Not trying to drop a bag.
You're trying to get
My
that
man's already
passive
making
income,
cheddar.
bro. I see you. Big brain
Listen,
move.
I'm trying to get in that metaverse game.
200 IQ. Get in that Hasbulla metaverse game.
All right, I'm losing it. Late in the episodes, the mind just wanders into nonsense. So I'm gonna save myself a little bit here and say goodbye to you all. Our vibe, our tribe. For me, I'll let these guys take us out, Biggie, and then Gifted, and then we're out of here.
Our beautiful community, we love you. What an awesome fucking Thursday spending time with you. Thank you. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Love you.
Hell yeah, that was it. I'm gonna go try and figure out how to get my motorcycle back if I can find it. And yeah, appreciate everybody. Have a beautiful day, beautiful heckin' weekend, and our vibe, our tribe.